Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Android Invasion from the Season 13 box set, with, of course, Tom Baker starring as the Doctor. First off, let's talk about the picture quality and the AI restoration work. It is very bad on the location footage. You notice it more on the location footage than anywhere else. It really has had a lot done to it, I guess, to remove the grain and to make it look less like classic Doctor Who location work from the 70s and more like something more up to date. And it looks cleaner. I mean, if you like that, the backgrounds and stuff look cleaner. I can give it that. But where it utterly fails is the faces, especially in the faces. You can see it. Teeth, especially. The AI program in a lot of scenes has problems with teeth. The teeth just look weird. As I've said when I was reviewing Terror of the Zygons, sometimes the teeth look like Ross's teeth in that episode of Friends when his teeth glowed in the dark and they just looked weird. Sometimes the teeth here look like their own entity. Like they need to be in the credits. Tom Baker's teeth played by AI. You know, Elizabeth Sladen's teeth played by AI. Because they look like their own entities. And it's Sarah's teeth do it sometimes. Tom's teeth do it sometimes. I remember especially the scene when Tom's being tied up to the little thing, and then later when Sarah's freeing him and he's talking like this. And then, hey, y'all never get over that. Come on, Sarah. It's weird, the teeth. The teeth are very problematic. Faces look weird, rubbery sometimes. Again, like, they kind of remind me of Clue from Tron Legacy. Not quite to that degree, but there's definitely an uncanny valley there in some shots. Also, because they have touched up, also the location work looks overlit now. It looks too bright. Like, that's got to be the sunniest day I've ever seen. I didn't think England got sunny days like that, but I've never been there. I don't know. But it's bright outside that day. They need to CGI in some sunglasses for everybody to be wearing because it's bright. The location work just looks bright. Brightest day of summer ever. Also, the transition between location work and studio work is very jarring because they have done so much work touching up the location work that when it switches to the studio work, it's just crazy jarring. And I understand that for a lot of people, since the location work was originally shot on film and the studio work was shot on videotape, as was common with classic Doctor Who, that the film looks a little different when you're going from studio to film or location and vice versa. I get that. But most of us are used to that. We're used to it going from the studio look to the grainy look of film. I'm used to that. But going from this really trying to be HD look to the studio look is very jarring, jumping back and forth. I mentally made note of that several times where I would get used to the look of one and it would switch to the other and it was just a problem, far more so than the DVD. So I found it a little bit of a hard watch. I do think Android Invasion is the worst affected of the set from what I've seen. Pyramids of Mars was great. Terror of the Zygons wasn't too distracting. It's there, especially in episode 1, but I can roll with it. I still think it's probably the best Zygons has looked. Android Invasion, I think I'd rather watch the DVD. Now, I didn't go watch the DVD right afterwards because Android Invasion is just not a story I can watch twice. It's a great story. It is. It's a great story. But I'm not one of those people who can typically rewatch Doctor Who twice in a row. Now, some of the really good ones I can do it for comparison's sake. Like I rewatched episode 1 of Terror of the Zygon. I could probably do it with Pyramids of Mars. But Android Invasion is my least favorite of the season, while still being a great story. Despite having a couple plot issues, like how does Tom Baker's robot work when he's shut all the robots down. But, I mean, he's the Doctor. He could have figured out a way to make it work. Little things. But, this was just not quite good enough to where I could immediately go through and watch the DVD of it again. The story itself is good. I've always enjoyed Android Invasion. I think it's a good story. It's got a bunch of good performances in it. It does have the elephant in the room that the Brigadier's not in it, and he really should be. I know Nicholas Courtney wasn't available. I don't really care for Captain Faraday. The actor just kind of got the brief and did the work. And he's a little hammy, in my opinion. I'd rather have the Brigadier there. The Brigadier not being here is kind of the elephant in the room for me. It kind of holds it down. Also, I really wish Benton and Harry had a slightly better send-off. The last time we see real Benton, he's just kind of knocked unconscious. So I kind of wish they'd had a better send-off. But overall, the location work, not the AI version of it, but how it was originally shot is good. The performances are good. Tom and Elizabeth, of course, have that wonderful rapport together that they do. And I like... It's a little frustrating that it's called the Android Invasion, because the first couple episodes, there really is a bit of a mystery as to what's going on. But calling it the Android Invasion, you kind of know right away. It's kind of like when they have cliffhangers in Dalek stories where at the end of the first episode it's revealed the Daleks are there, but then it's in a story called like Planet of the Daleks. And you're like, yeah, no kidding. You can't do a surprise Dalek reveal when the Dalek's in the title. It's kind of like that here. You know, it hints at stuff going on and things not quite working right and people being off, but it's called the Android Invasion. But I still think it's good performances. The guy who's the malfunctioning robot at the beginning gives some good performances. The townspeople who are eerily still until the clock rings, they give good performances. There is that feeling of something being off. The little clues like the money all being new, the date on the calendar being the exact same. I had forgotten that the date on the calendar he's removing is literally my birthday. I kind of get a kick out of that. Where he's pulling that off. I kind of like that. I don't know why, but I like that. So yeah, that was a lot of it's a good episode. It is a good episode. It just has those little nitpicks to it, those itty bitty little nitpicks, which are just a little frustrating. And the AI restoration, while in some ways the location works never look cleaner, some would argue it's supposed to have the grainy look. That's just part of that 70s Doctor Who, especially in the Gothic era. It's supposed to have that kind of Hammer horror look to it. And then it just does too much to mess up the faces. I think they made a wrong choice there. I think it would have been fine if they had included like the original DVD restoration on there, maybe just bumped up the resolution. I mean, in a lot of the other sets, we get previous restorations on there. A lot of the John Pertwee sets, we get the old alternate DVD restorations. They really should have done that here. I really think when they do the standard edition, they need to at least include those other ones. You know, I'm sure they'll fit on the disc somewhere. Or you could just do one extra disc. You know, instead of, 8 discs, make 9 discs. It's not the first 9 disc set we've gotten. And then the extra disc could have, and I don't think it needs it for all of them. From what I've seen, Planet of Evil and Pyramids of Mars are fine. But maybe put the others on there, like Terror of the Zygons and Android Invasion. I'm not sure about Seeds of Doom. I haven't watched Seeds of Doom yet. But Android Invasion, it especially needs like the DVD put on there somewhere, the DVD restoration, or maybe just a resolution bump. I don't know how all that works. But yeah, a bit disappointing with it. A bit disappointing, but still an enjoyable watch. I got through it. I spent way so much time noticing the AI issues that it didn't completely ruin my watching of the story. I still enjoyed the story, but it did hamper it a bit. So I want to know what you think of this version of the Android Invasion. And if you've watched it yet, comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to click the like button as well. I also have a Patreon if you'd like to support me on that. There's a link to that down there. Link to the Amazon wish list is down there. Link to the Amazon UK wish list is down there. Check that out. I also have my P.O. box down there if there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review. Would love to get some more of these standard edition sets in. I know season 22 is going to be coming soon. Simon did let me know he's going to be sending that as a nice Christmas present. Although I'm kind of hoping maybe he'll send it early. But I certainly appreciate him doing that. So, all that fun stuff. I would love if somebody could send Series 2 of Blake 7. I have a new mortgage. And I can't quite afford to get that right now. And I would love to get it because I do want to watch Season 2 of Blake 7. Either that or hopefully there'll be a good sale soon. Most importantly, I didn't give a shout out to my top tier patrons. Colin Coney, Unknown289, Finn Perkins, and Androzani Major. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, thank you for watching.